How would you like to create an irresistible offer where people will come flocking to sign up for your fitness challenge? Watch this video, implement what I teach you, and I guarantee it will happen. If not, you can hit the dislike button. If you're new here and wondering who the hell is this guy, well, my name's Luke Johnson and I started online coaching in 2012. If there's a way to make money from online fitness, I've made that money. And in this video, I'm going to make sure you pick the right challenge for your niche, how to make your offer so delicious that you just want to bite into it, key mistakes that online trainers make time and time again when launching their challenge, and how to make your challenge stand out compared to every other online trainer out there. First of all, we're going to start off with selecting the right type of challenge for your niche. The first one, group. This is the most generic and cheapest option. Typically, it's delivered through Google Sheets or Dropbox, and there's no actual one-to-one check-ins. Now, one of the common mistakes that online trainers make is they call every single type of challenge group coaching, when in fact it's not. And personalized is a classic example for this. What happens is when people sign up, they complete an onboarding form, and during that onboarding form, you'll be able to determine if they're doing home workouts or gym workouts. When I work with my clients or on Your Best Launch program, we actually automate this whole process so you don't have to set them up individually. And this can be a pain in the bum if you've got over 100 people that sign up. This will include a weekly or bi-weekly check-in. And the last challenge, the customized one. This one is pretty much like your one-to-one coaching. If you're actually using a personalized or customized approach, but you're calling it group coaching, you're underselling your offer big time. So how much should you charge for the different types of challenges? Normally, I work it out based on 4 weeks, and then you can either determine whether it's going to be 6, 8, or 12. But I've given you some examples here, and I've done the maths for you, so you don't have to get a calculator. Group will obviously be the cheapest. It will range from £50 to £75 for 4 weeks, all the way up to between £150 and £225 for a 12-week challenge. Now, typically, I recommend 8 weeks as the sweet spot. 4 weeks, you're not really going to get enough. 12 weeks does get a little bit too long for those going through a challenge. For personalized, again, you can see on the screen, I won't read it out. That's how much I recommend charging. If you are in US or any other country around the world, it's called Google User Currency Calculator. And then finally, customize being the higher price because it's the one that's as close to your one-to-one coaching. And ultimately, the customized one will give you the best chance of getting people to convert from a challenge to a one-to-one coaching client. If you're starting off, go slightly lower. If you've been in the game a lot longer, you've got a big social media following and a massive email list, then go higher than the ones that I've just suggested. Before you build out your offer, there's probably people that have already been there, done that, and fine-tuned it for you that you can then do a comparative analysis. So let's go into that. What we can learn from this, guys: 1, don't put your personal photos on your iPad, and 2, Canva AI is not that good yet, so it's not going to replace you. There's a real photo. If you actually want to get 10 launch tips over 10 days sent to your email inbox, go to that URL or scan the QR code. So what I like to get my clients to do when they first start working with me is to write down all of their competitors, and I get them to put their names down, write what their products are. So do they sell one-to-one? Do they have a challenge? Do they have an app? And then what you want to do is go, well, how do they get clients? What social media platforms are they on? Do they have lead magnets? Are they using paid ads? And then you want to look at their strengths. So what do they do well? And what are their weaknesses? And ultimately, we want to learn from their strengths, and wherever their weaknesses are, we can actually take advantage of that. And then the last thing I get them to answer is, why you over them? So if it's a big creator and they've got hundreds and millions of followers, they're not the coach that you get when you sign up. Where if you're slightly smaller, you are the coach, you are the main man, the main woman. I recommend you do this for at least 5 to 8 competitors in your niche. Now, once you've got that data, what you want to do is do some market research. So what would market research involve? You could do surveys. You could do polls on IG. You could do live Q&As. If you've run a challenge before, you could reach out to past clients and get feedback from them on what they would like to do. And that's something you should do every challenge, is make sure you're tracking different KPIs, whether that's how many leads you get on your priority list, or how many people, if it's an 8-week challenge, actually start, midway point, and at the end. Now you've done all the prep work, it's now time to start building out your offer. Now you may have recognized this. It is Alex Hormozi's value equation. You've got dreamer outcome, you've got perceived likelihood of achievement, and you've got time delay and effort and sacrifice. Now, if you're running a challenge, You already have some of these elements already, and they're pretty simple. You know that if you're going to run an 8-week challenge, you know it's going to be 8 weeks. And you'll be able to know from experience as well as the science of how much weight people will be able to lose, whether that's between 0.5 and 1.5% of their body weight. So you simply do some maths, and with the dream outcome here, or you could say lose 6 to 8 kg the next 8 weeks using my whatever method or unique mechanism that you would have in your offer, which I'm going to go through in a little bit. And then effort and sacrifice, you can say, without living in a gym. So what you'll notice is this. Anything on the top line is you want to increase that. So you want to increase the likelihood of them achieving that. And how can you do that as an online trainer? Quite simply, it is results. You want to show that you get results, whether that's before and afters, whether that's video testimonials or written testimonials. The more you can get, the more that perceived likelihood of them achieving it is going to be there. At the bottom, you want to obviously decrease that. So you want to decrease the amount of effort they need to do. So rather than training 7 times per week, they only need to train 3 times per week. And rather than having to eat clean, they can have a flexible dieting approach, reducing the effort and reducing the sacrifice. And the time delay, simply, this is how long the challenge is. Now that you've done that, it's still not enough. You need to make it more tangible. It's not like a sandwich where you can eat it and go, oh yeah, that tasted good. How do we make it more tangible? This is when you can list out exactly what they're going to go through, like their onboarding. To list out deliverables. Then rather just listing at deliverables, like you get a training plan, you get a nutrition plan, you get a weekly check-in. This is what you need to do to make sure you stand out from everyone else. And it quite simply is, you need to sex it up a little bit. And what do I mean by that? Quite simply, it's positioning. Hence why we say sex it up. So it's how you're going to position your challenge compared to every other online trainer out there. The other thing that you can do is your unique mechanism. So rather than just calling it a personalized nutrition plan, my client Stuart, for example, has his 3-2-1 method. That's his way of doing nutrition, but he's packaged it in a way that is unique to him. So that's how you'd sex it up. Deliverables first, make it tangible, sex it up, make it unique to you, have your own unique mechanism. Now, the beautiful thing for online trainers is this naturally happens to you, because if we break it down, you've got training, you've got nutrition, and you've got accountability. And those are your 3 pillars. The next step is simply naming them, which I've just gone through. And the last one I want you to do is make it desirable. So how can you make it desirable? There's a few things that you can do. You can have a limited number of spaces. That's where we're looking at supply and demand. The next one you can do is bonuses. So what I like to do with my guys is the priority list. But I'm going to do another video where I'm going to talk about how you actually market and get signups for your challenge. The next thing you can do is using a early bird pricing system. These are things that are just going to make your offer more desirable. Now, once you've built out your offer, we need to make sure that we pick the right time of the year and the right time of the month for your challenge. You could create the best offer in the world, but if the timing is crap, then your signups will also be crap. So for the purpose of this, I'm talking about an online fitness challenge. If you are an in-person trainer, then January is always going to be the best time of year for you to get clients. However, for online, it's not the best, because you're going to have to be in launch mode during the festive time. People spend all their money over Christmas and they have to wait extra long for the next payday. But January can be a really good time if you're using more of a group coaching challenge. So I'm going to put it here. But as you see, when people start to fail, it goes up in February and it will continue going up in March. People start off, they try it themselves, and then they realize that the motivation is not there, and then it drops slightly. So the best time for us as an online trainer is to launch probably around February and March time. And that will continue to go up. It'll stay up until May and June, and then you'll see that it will drop down in July, because people are then going away on holiday, especially if they have children, and that will stay lower. When the kids go back to school and the summer holidays are over, that motivation will go all the way up, and then it will go all the way back down because it's Christmas and people are like, I'll wait until the new year. So one of the best times to launch your fitness challenge. January can be pretty good. February, March time is a great time. Sort of May time, so they're getting in shape just before their summer holidays, and the next time is probably September, October. But I recommend that you stick to 3 challenges per year, and I'm going to tell you why. Introducing the brand bank. Now, this is what happens. When you are promoting your launch, what happens is your brand bank, your asking, will actually decrease. So your brand bank, your brand equity will go lower. because you need to promote to get signups. So the reason why I say I want you to use 3 challenges per year is because during the times that you're not actually running a challenge, what your aim is to increase the brand bank, increase your brand equity. So how can you do that? You don't ask, you don't say anything, you don't try and get anyone to sign up to anything. If you've still got one-to-one, you can do that in the DMs. So let's go back to that diagram, and what you'll be doing here is during this period, you will be promoting. So your brand bank will be going down. Once you've launched, your next focus is to make sure you deliver. So during this period of time here, you want to be increasing the brand bank. You want to be building your email list, because when you launch again, you want to make sure that you've topped up that brand bank. You want to be creating valuable social media content, giving out lead magnets, and then using social media to drive traffic, to capture emails or even phone numbers for SMS marketing. The thing here is this is rented. Instagram could shut you down just like that. So it's really important to grow your personal brand is to actually build out your email list, because you own this. Yes, you can change email service providers, but you can download that and you can take it to whatever platform you're on. So what you want to do is make sure you're using social media, because that's where the attention is, provide value, generate leads from social media, build out your email list or phone numbers. And in between launches, your sole focus is to not ask and just build brand equity with your audience while growing it. Because then the next time you launch, you'll have a bigger following, a bigger email list, and it will make it easier to continue to get high numbers for your challenge. If the whole process of launching a fitness challenge is overwhelming, because trust me, it is, and you'd like me to be your launch advisor over an 8-week period, then scan this QR code or go to this link and check out the Your Best Launch program. I even give you a guarantee that if you don't have your best launch, I'll pay you $2,000. So now you've got your challenge offer. If you want to learn how to promote it and get the most signups you ever had, then watch this video here.